Melinda? Here. Scott? Sadie?
Here.
Angelica?
Here.
Joelle? Here. Okay, so we have quorum. The next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held January 21st, 2026.
I move to approve the minutes from the regular meeting held January 21st, 2026.
Second.
Roll call. Melinda?
Yes.
Scott? Sadie?
Yes.
Angelica?
Yes.
Joelle?
Yes.
Okay. Number 4, discussion of the financial report for the month of January 2026. Do you guys have time to look at this, and are there any questions? I don't have any questions.
Okay. I'll just note, February, went ahead and put February hotel tax. It was down about $5,000, but we also haven't had a lot going on.
Yeah.
So, but we're still ahead of where we were last year. So,
That's a good way to begin.
yes, because last year February we were only at 8,300, and this year February at 15,400.
Yeah,
So.
that's good. So, okay. Okay, number 5, discussion and action for the Mural Fest application. So, Brenda?
All right. So our Mural Fest is going to be April 24th. That's going to be the big event of it. It's actually going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but we're going to do things on Friday towards the evening. Something new this year is, since the run is our mural that we're highlighting, so it's the horses running, which is on the water tower. We've decided to put with the 5K run a stick horse run for the kids. So it'll be a little race. We have 30 stick horses. We're going to send out information to all the schools. We'll have 3 different brackets of age groups, little prizes. This will all be on Alva Beer Co. and the co-op and the sanctuary. So we have an equivalent of 2 murals going on Alva Beer Co. with 1 artist, and then 1 on the sanctuary behind the wings. We've always intended to always do something behind that, and that's going to happen this time. We've got Boss Music playing during that time, so this is all going to start about 5:30. And we're hoping to do a little presentation as well to honor some of our original people on the Mural Society. With that, also a street mural contest for the kids, so we'll have sidewalk chalk and things like that. Boss Music playing, Nan and Pops will have some blow-ups, so hoping to make it a fun event on that Friday, early evening, and then a run. Saturday at noon is when the artist should be completed, and we'll do the signing to have an ending point. So, we're calling the stick horse run the Futura Ray. What do you say?
Futurity.
Futurity. See if anybody knows what that means. I had to learn. So we're requesting $8,011.21. We've got artist fee of $3,000, the wall prep $3,000, advertising $1,500, and the artist hotel for $511.21. We are having another. I should add a second mural somewhat. It's a touch-up of the mural on the co-op across from Alva Beer Co. We have a college student, and she's going to be touching that up during the same time. So we should have a lot of activity going on. We're excited about that. Any questions?
Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Northwest Mural Fest application not to exceed $8,011.21.
Second. And roll call is Melinda? Yes. Sadie?
Yes.
Angelica?
Yes.
And Joelle? Yes. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Appreciate all your work. Okay, so, Heather, is she here? 6, and we'll move on to the big cruise and car show. Who's gonna do it? Katie? Okay.
Bonnie and I will.
Okay, awesome. Welcome. So,
Thanks for having us. I don't know, well, I don't know what exactly we want to talk about, but this year will be the 25th anniversary of the show, and we are super excited about that. That's a really big deal. And we're not solid on exactly what entertainment we're going to have, but we wanted to do something really fun. And last year we had the FMX people. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. That went over really well. People really enjoyed that. And I know we had a ton of participants, a lot of people from out of town, and it went really well. So we're looking forward to planning everything for this year and making it really, really big.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, I know, to be a part of something like this is kind of an honor, in my opinion. And for Norval, one of the last founding fathers of this event, we would really like to, try to highlight him and everything that he's done to be able to make this event happen for so many years. So I know being the 25th anniversary, we've got to give some props to this man for everything that he's been able to put together. So, and without the community support, this wouldn't be able to happen either. So this year will definitely be one to mark. If you've been to all these events, this will be one for sure you won't want to miss.
Thank you for teaching us everything that we know.
I think it's really cool that we have such an awesome event that's been going on for 25 years.
Oh,
I mean, that is just really, really cool. So.
And the amount of people that come from not only just out of state, but all over the country. I mean, we've gotten participants from Florida, we've had participants from Washington, Colorado, New Mexico. I mean, all the surrounding states, obviously, but then we get to hear from Florida, from Washington, all these different states. It's just incredible the distance that some people will, drive for a car show. And it is Oklahoma's largest free car show, so we do pride ourselves on that. So
That's really cool. So you guys have worked so hard. Thank you for your hard work.
of course, and we can't do it without you guys. So
Questions for the big cruise and car show? Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll move to approve, I don't have my agenda. I move to approve the application for the big cruise and car show.
I have. Okay, okay.
I just have to second it.
Okay, roll call Melinda,
Yes.
Sadie,
Yes.
Angelica,
Yes.
and Joelle.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Ronnie, I think they're gonna let you sit down, because your name's not on this one.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, you don't have to. It says Norm, not you.
Thank you guys. We
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much. We appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Norm.
Yeah, Ronnie, I want to tell you there was people, the peanut gallery was heckling when you said was
Oh, no.
founding father. Yeah. Okay, well this app, as you see, is for the Crazy Cool Cruise. This will be the 13th Crazy Cool Cruise we've had. We've done it for 11 years, but during COVID we had several. We had more than one in the summertime because people needed somewhere to get out to and do stuff. And really that really helped in one way, because a lot of people who had never done it before did it then and continue to do it. Last year, of course, was huge. I do want to address the elephant in the room that, this is not an event that gets a lot of sponsorship. There really isn't. I mean, it's over in 2.5 hours. There isn't really any reason for somebody to want to sponsor it, and for us, it's very hard for us to go out and get that, because it's just we're funding a big party on the street of Alva and getting everybody out and having a good time. That said, we do have the expenses, and as you will see, everything we have asked for goes into advertising and entertainment. we advertise. This thing has really started to bring in a lot of people from out of town. Of course, there was a lot last year, but we're already seeing it because people are using it as a kind of a focal point for the summer, whether they're having a class reunion, a family reunion, or something. They're looking at that. We get calls about that. We already have paid website ads in Kansas, in a couple of places. We have one in Oklahoma City with the Oklahoma Hot Rod Association. So, you know, it's kind of our focus now about who are we bringing in from outside. But we are bringing them in. We know that they're coming in from Shattuck and Hutchison, because we talked to those guys. So, anyway, questions?
I have one question. Tourism is listed twice under the revenue.
What is?
Tourism, one for 5,000, but one for 8,011.
I think that's the amount that we just approved for,
Oh, it must, okay.
for, Brenda,
Yeah, that's not on.
for the mural fest.
I'm not seeing it on mine.
Oh, that's weird. That's
Do you
the one I
want-
printed.
I see it, but it's not,
No.
it's adding up to the correct
Yeah,
amount.
okay. I just,
at the
that's
bottom.
weird because I printed it straight from Town Cloud.
I did too.
Pull up on Temple, that's not where it goes.
It's
Oh,
weird.
that's weird. Okay.
Okay, it's doing kooky things in
Okay.
County Cloud.
Computers.
Yeah. So,
Disregard my question.
Good, because I was starting to sweat.
Me too. Well, that's very unlike
I don't like it when
Katie.
the math isn't added.
Well, that's unlike Katie too. So I was like, oh, that's weird.
I
Okay.
like quadruple check things.
It's, mine says the same thing that yours does. It's
Okay.
showing
And then
that.
those two say the same. That's
Yeah,
weird.
that's
Okay.
weird. Okay, all right, do we have any questions for the Crazy Cool Boulevard cruise?
I'm just curious, when people come to the cruise, do they typically stay the night?
A lot of them do,
assuming-
yes.
Yeah.
A lot of them are, because we run it till 10:30 now,
Yeah.
so, you know, you're coming to have a good time, and there may be drinking and things involved, so a lot of them stay.
I know a lot of them hang out in the hotel parking lots at the end of the night.
And watch.
Like big groups of them, yeah. And they're staying there and they put their cars in their trailers
Yeah,
and
there
hang
was a
out.
bunch of
It's like
trailers there
tailgating.
last year.
Yeah.
Sort of,
Yes.
like telling you the cruise, yeah. So do you think that, that this event like helps with the car show though, kind of like as a little preview for people, like this is Alva, and if they've never
Oh,
been
yeah.
here before,
You bet.
I mean, I kind of would see that.
I think it helps with the whole Crazy Days, helps with the car show. I can even see the arena tying something in during
Yeah.
the day when it's said and done. Just-
I think it's great that they're staying, that, I mean, that's just an added bonus.
Yeah, it's totally a bonus. It's awesome. So, and I did see that last year, that people were hanging out in the hotel parking lots.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Okay, any other questions? Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Alva Crazy Cool Boulevard cruise application not to exceed 5,000.
Second.
Roll call, Melinda,
Yes.
Sadie,
Yes.
Angelica,
Yes.
and Joelle. Yes.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Again, we really appreciate your hard work. Okay, Dr. I heard you were presenting to us.
I am presenting. It's
Yes.
great to be back before the committee.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm presenting on behalf of Jerry Partridge, our head football coach who had a prior commitment out of state. I do want to recognize one of our coaches, Declan Hobb, is our linebackers coach at Northwestern, comes to us from Emporia. You may remember his dad, Troy Hobb, was the defensive coordinator back in our championship was won at Northwestern. So welcome back to Alva.
Welcome, Declan.
Thank you. The application is pretty much the same as we've had the last few years. It's just a quick reminder, the golf tournament and the fundraiser for the football team is held at the end of May. Friday, May 29th is the hog roast out at the fairgrounds. That is the fundraiser part for the football team. They have an auction, about 200, 250 people attend that. Then on Saturday is the golf tournament itself. That is pretty much just a break-even event, and that's what we ask the support of the committee for. We get the crowd that comes in to socialize and take part of the auction on Friday. And then Saturday, we have two flights, a morning flight and an afternoon flight. So we typically have folks that will stay both Friday and Saturday night in Alva. The costs that we have always asked for is to offset our golf carts and part of the apparel that we give out as a shirt or something to each of the golfers. So our request is very similar to what we've had before.
So how many teams?
Oh gosh, they will be, it's 144 players total.
Okay.
Is what the course will allow between the two flights.
Okay.
I'm not a golfer, so I don't know how to divide that out.
Yep.
Sorry.
Okay. Awesome. Any questions for the Ranger Golf Tournament? Have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the 29th annual Hog Roast Auction and Ranger Golf Tournament not to exceed 5,000.
The second. And roll call, Melinda,
Yes.
Sadie,
Yes.
Angelica,
Yes.
Angela.
Yes.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you. You guys put a lot of work into that. We appreciate it. Okay, next is Freedom West, and they are going to talk to us about the Southern Plains Grasslands Summit. So,
Wow,
Dr. Decker?
I didn't get here any too soon.
Yeah, your timing was excellent. Don't say that, you're being recorded.
I heard what they didn't tell me.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. Sure. Hey, Kelly. And Marion. There you go. Well, I just counted that just right, didn't I? Somebody's looking out for me. Okay, so let me back up. Some of you may know that I am now have been since December of '24, the coordinator for Comanche Pool Prairie Resource Foundation, which is a grazing organization. We cover 7 million contiguous acres of grasslands from Kiowa County, Kansas, down into northwest Oklahoma. There's 8 counties in Kansas and 7 in Oklahoma that fall in our territory. And as part of that organization, been working with other grasslands organizations such as the Oklahoma Conservation Commission, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, both in Kansas and in Oklahoma, the Nature Conservancy, Pheasants and Quail Forever, a lot of different wildlife and conservation groups, USDA, NRCS, Working Lands for Wildlife. There are a lot of them, whose goal began in 2018 when USDA decided that they really wanted to push the whole protection of the Great Plains prairie grasslands to the broader public, because we're losing thousands of acres of grasslands every day to development, cultivation, woody species encroachment, which includes eastern red cedar, several species of junipers, salt cedars, Bradford pears, woody species that were not intended to be in the grasslands, the Great Plains. And for those who may not be aware, the Great Plains are considered our Amazon rainforest in terms of the carbon that they sequester, how they clean the air, clean water, all of that. So all of this really began in 2018 as a push from USDA. Those of us who live in the Great Plains, of course, know the value that they bring to our rural communities and agriculture. But then COVID hit. The pandemic really slowed the rollout of the various programs that USDA wanted to see happen to promote the conservation of the Great Plains. But the northern states, meaning the Dakotas and Nebraska, Iowa, some parts of what we often think of as the northern woodlands, but there are also prairies in Minnesota and Wisconsin. They had already picked up the mantle, if you will, to start trying to educate the public about the value of the grasslands and the Great Plains. And they hosted summits, they formed organizations with the express purpose of protecting the Great Plains grasslands, produced films, have had and continue to have lots of educational and outreach opportunities for the broader public to understand why this is important. So Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, and some parts of southeast New Mexico, southeast Colorado, northeast New Mexico, we're kind of at the tail end of the rollout of this program. And so several organizations came together at the end of May of last year, 2025, and started talking about, okay, what can we do as a state with significant acres of grasslands to educate the public and really promote the whole concept of protecting the grasslands, educating people, performing outreach activities, etc. And there were two bigger projects identified. Among them, we had the summit, the Grassland Summit, which is what I'm here to talk about. And the second one was a film, which we have completed. That film can be accessed by going to the ComanchePool.org website, USDA Working Lands for Wildlife, and then also Pheasants and Quail Forever has it on their newsletter website. And so we began planning the Grassland Summit back in the fall of 25, late summer, early fall of 25. And I talked to Todd Holder at that time and asked him if the arena would be completed enough for us to host this summit, and he said yes. So the planning committee, we've been meeting about once a month, once every 6 weeks or so since that time. And I told them about the arena, that it would be an ideal location for a summit to be held, with us only being 17 miles off the Kansas line. People from Kansas would feel like they could attend. And of course, Oklahoma, northeast New Mexico, southeast Colorado, Texas Panhandle, many producers and academics in northern Texas. Although the grasslands go clear to the Rio Grande, Mexican border. So I told them about the arena, and I said, I think we ought to try and host the summit there. And they all agreed that it would be an ideal location. I described it to them, and that we had 4 new hotels. We had other hotels, accommodations in the community. And so it was voted on, decided this would be the host of the first Southern Plains Grassland Summit. And so I'm excited about that. The Northern Plains states, in hosting their summits, to get an idea of what attendance would be like, they said you can expect to have 300 to 500 people. I said, well, who is likely to come? And they said you will have producers, meaning ranchers, landowners, land managers, academics who work in the field of grasslands ecology, wildlife, ecology, biologists of all types, and then members of the broader public, general public, and then government agency personnel who work in the fields of wildlife and grasslands ecology, rangelands ecology, rangelands management. So we put together the flyer that I gave each of you, and I sent those out to all of my colleagues, oh gosh, probably right after the first of the year, and then they've spread it out amongst their people. And I'm getting calls and emails now daily, all of us are, about the program and registration fees and all of that. So we hope to have the website and the online registration ready to launch the first of next week. Woods County Economic Development is going to host the website and the online registration, and they will serve as our fiduciary for the summit, so that all registration fees and other sponsors and donors to the event can have a location that they can submit funding to. So what we're going to do at this year's summit is we'll have 3 tracks. Those are listed on your flyer. And I've met with the arena manager, Larry Milburn, a couple of times, actually several times, but I went out there last Friday and toured the facility. And so we kind of did a pretty good walkthrough of where the breakout sessions could be held and how the general layout and rollout of the summit would happen. And I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be an excellent facility. We will have vendors come in, vendors with bigger pieces of equipment will set up in the arena itself, and then we'll have booths for government agencies and smaller types of businesses that don't need big space that they can set up, and I've been contacted by quite a few already about booth space. And so we've already had conversations with a couple of our local restaurateurs to cater the meals. The way this will come together is on the first day, the 27th, we'll open the doors up for vendors and booth people to start coming in at noon that day and setting up. And then all that afternoon and early evening, people who've not registered, they can come in and register. We'll have a social mixer with Alva Beer Company, and then live entertainment. So it'll kind of be an opportunity for people who work in this field to get together and visit, talk to each other, walk through the booths, walk through the vendors that are set up with equipment. And then on Thursday the 28th, I do have my dates right now.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
The 28th will be like the primary conference day. So we'll have a hospitality table with coffee and tea and pastries, etc., provided by a local individual in their business. And anyway, we'll kick off the day at 9 that morning with a welcome address. And we have some ideas about who will be delivering that, but we haven't solidified it yet, so I can't really say and confirm. But our USDA NRCS Deputy Chief is from Leedy, Jimmy Emmons, and so I feel confident that he'll be here to talk about the Great Plains Biome Project, which is the kind of the big umbrella name of the program with USDA. And then by 10:30, we'll have our first start the morning breakout sessions, and people will go to whichever one they would like to. I think we'll probably plan to have between 2 and 4 presentations at each breakout session, depending on their length. And then we'll have lunch. We'll have our plenary address at noon. And the lunch meal will be catered by a local restaurant. And then we'll come back in the afternoon, have another set of breakout sessions, different presentations. And then people will be on their own for the evening. The afternoon session will go till probably about 4:30. And folks will be on their own for the evening. I will, when they check in, I will give them a list of restaurants, venues, things that people can do, places they can drive to see if they'd like. And so there will be ample opportunity for local community, regional area folks to share information about what they would like for folks to come and see while they're here. And then the final day, we're having bus tours. One of the bus tours will go to the Great Plains Wildlife Refuge, the fish hatchery, and we also hope to tour the Artesian Well water plant, which a lot of folks I think will find very interesting, especially if they're interested in wildlife and biodiversity. The second bus will do a ranch tour, and we're going to go south to the river and tour some ranches that have undergone significant conservation work. And we'll have on-site conservationists talking about what they've done and the benefits to the grasslands. We have springs that have started producing again because they've cleaned out the cedars, and I just think that's fascinating. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but it's pretty cool. So that will pretty much be the day. We'll probably try to wrap up the final day, have the buses back by 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So attendees will be here for 2 nights. We will have people, of course, driving in, folks who live close enough that they can do that. And that's pretty much it. We have the sponsors. Let me borrow your, I can bring one for myself. The sponsors that have committed already are listed at the bottom of your flyer. And we're happy to see everybody coming together. KGLC, for those of you who might not know, stands for Kansas Grazing Lands Coalition. KACD stands for the Kansas Association of Conservation Districts. This logo here is the Oklahoma Association of Conservation Districts. High Plains RC&D is Resource Conservation and Development. Of course, Nature Conservancy, Comanche Pool, Pheasants and Quail Forever. And then, for those of you who may not know, USDA is contracted with Pheasants and Quail Forever to deliver a lot of their wildlife habitat improvement programs. And so they're kind of joined at the hip, if you will. Northwestern and Northwest Tech are providing a lot of support in the way of equipment, usage, copy machines, etc. I will be relying on college students and some mature high school FFA students to serve as gophers and support personnel during the summit. So, and with that, if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to visit with you.
Okay, I've heard you talk about that for a long time, but it's really interesting, so.
I'm excited about
Yeah.
it, yeah. It's a great way for us to showcase the community and the arena's possibilities beyond livestock and rodeos. There's an ag-related conference or summit somewhere practically every week of the year.
Right.
And we might as well try to capture some of that if we can.
Do you anticipate this being like an annual event?
We talked about that, and I don't know if annual, but maybe every other year. I will say this too, that although I'm not in charge of this, the Great Plains Fire Science Conference is also going to be here in August, and that comes out of K-State. Dr. Carol Baldwin is the leader of that particular program, and I know it's kind of ironic that we've got a fire going on right now, but it's a big deal, a really big deal, and they have a summit every year.
Okay.
And they go basically up and down the Great Plains. I think last year they were in San Antonio. So I had to do some real talking to get them to agree to come here. But they like that idea because we are developing a fire culture in western Woods County and up in Kansas. You know, the Flint Hills and the Osage have had a fire culture for a long time. And for those of you who might not understand what that means, fire is how the Great Plains renewed itself for centuries. And that's what kept woody species from encroaching in the grasslands. And then, of course, with human settlement and development, fire was discouraged because of its potential to harm people and houses and businesses, etc. And as a result, of course, we've seen the encroachment of woody species and invasive grasses and whatnot that never were here before.
Right.
So we are starting really to see the growth of a fire culture again. And what that means is you've got prescribed burning organizations of volunteers, rural fire departments, who come together to plan burning of the grasslands to reduce and mitigate, if you will, the encroachment of woody species. Last spring, 13th and 14th of March, when we had the big fire down in Logan and Payne counties, the parts of Stillwater that had prescribed burning, it didn't burn. But those parts of Stillwater that had not engaged in prescribed burning burned up. And we lost over 400 homes in those 2 days. So prescribed fire is the most economical, ecologically appropriate tool that we can use to mitigate the encroachment of woody species and to renew the prairie grasses. So the Great Plains Fire Science people, they're all about it. You cannot have a conversation with any of them without talking about the latest piece of equipment. There's a thing called Great Balls of Fire. It shoots fireballs to start prairie grasses on fire. So anyway, they're coming here in August.
Wow.
And they'll have probably 250 to 400 people. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. So I hope to see more of that kind of thing happening with this facility, and that's what I explained to Larry is if we do a bang-up job, guess what, people? They're coming back, and others will come. So it's really important that we do a great job, and as a community that we do a great job and be welcoming, which Alva typically is. I mean, we are a friendly part of the country, and so we need to welcome these folks here and make them feel, we're happy that they're here.
Any other questions for Dr. Decker?
It's exciting to see what we've got coming.
I know, it's very, this is
Ready for it
this
to
is
open.
one of our first arena, well, the bull battle, but, this is very exciting, so.
Yeah, it's non-livestock, but guess what? It's
Use
going to
it.
work.
But we have the facility out there to use it for
Right.
that too, so
Yeah.
anyway,
Exactly.
yeah. So,
Any questions on the budget?
No?
you don't have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Southern Plains Grassland Summit application not to exceed $4,450.
Sorry.
call, Melinda,
Yes.
Sadie,
Yes.
Angelica,
Yes.
and Joanne.
Yes. Thank you all, appreciate your listening to me, and I literally rolled into town.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Very good timing.
Yeah, I was at the Capitol advocating for our part of the state. so,
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, thank you very much.
Have a
and,
nice evening.
Yeah, I gotta go see what's happening with the fire. Do we know anything?
It's, Courtney just said I need to call her, but
Okay.
I'll be quick. Am I next?
You're next.
I'll be
Okay.
quick.
Yeah.
Can I be quick?
Yes. Next on our agenda, thank you, Dr. Decker,
Sure.
is I think you're here representing Rotary about the fireworks.
Yes.
Yes. So,
So just, and this is the update from 2025, right? Okay.
yes.
So last year we had, of course, our annual 4th of July fireworks show. I did, just to recap, kind of the budget that we had last year was total just over $12,000 for the budget, and $6,250, I believe, was what tourism contributed to that. The rest was made up with donations from members of the community as well as City of Alva General Fund. We did this year, and I know this is something the committee has wanted for a number of years, but we do have Placer AI data that gives us kind of geofencing of where our people came from for the 4th of July. And for the day, I don't have that evening, but for that day, we had Placer AI data for 3,400 visitors and 4,000 residents. So it both brought people to town as well as kept people in town. And 682 were shown in the areas between 11th and Skyline, Votech, Fairgrounds, Rec Park, in that area. So it was, about 4,300 or 4,500 shots fired up in the air, and your case talking about fire, and I'm talking about fire, and we're fighting fires, but that's the update. The Rotary Club is working with the city to get our plans ready for our request for this year. But I was really encouraged by the data that we were able to get regarding the 4th of July. And I think it's something we kind of felt we had good participation, and people came in from outside of Alva to enjoy the events of the day. And of course, that's not just the fireworks show, but it's hard to have a 4th of July celebration without a fireworks show. And of course, this year we're 250 years celebrating our independence. So we're looking forward to another show again this year.
Any questions? Thank you for bringing this update to us, and we appreciate all your work and others.
I appreciate all you guys as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, it's really,
Yes.
yeah, it's really nice. So, okay, so do I? Kelly's leaving. And probably
I
the
can-
knows. Do we need to table? Do we need to vote to table the Nescatunga Arts
Yeah.
Festival?
Since they were not present, I guess, someone wants to reach out to them. I think that's what we've done in the past.
Yeah, they can come next time. So,
The next time would be within their 90 days, I think, still.
well, and but they've turned their application in on the 4th of
Yeah,
February,
so
so
they're-
they
so
should
they're
be
still
good.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should be good. So, yeah, we can see if we can get them here next time. So, anyway.
I'll make a motion to table item number 6 until next meeting.
Okay. We need a roll call, please, for item 6.
Not a second motion.
Angelica.
Angelica
I'm
seconded
sorry, I
it.
didn't hear you again.
That's okay, sorry, I was quiet.
Melinda,
Yes.
Sadie,
Yes.
Angelica,
Yes.
and Joanne.
Yes. And then, do we have a motion to adjourn?
We don't need a motion.
Oh, we don't need a motion to adjourn, so.
6:15 on the dot.
So, okay,